Okay, so what we were doing, we were looking at, I adjusted the chart so that what's on top at the, kind of like the unconformity of the chart there, I put the keys that I would likely not be playing in. Apologies to my friend who likes to play in B. But I had to do this to see how I could use it. Is the chart usable? So we're in the C-shaped shape of C. Now, why is there a D shape there? Now that's interesting. Okay, I'm not sure exactly why. It should match up there. See, it matches up here, right? But it doesn't match up down there. When I put the C up there, that's what I originally did. Then the same thing happened here. We had the problems up here. So let's just look at the chart the way it's supposed to go. So if you start in B, let's say, you have the fourth of B is E. Okay. Now, if you're starting from a C shape, that B, the fourth of B is is E. That E should be in E shape up here, right? It would be E and E shape. B in C shape, E in E shape. Let's look at that. I could do that on my guitar. You can't. Usually, you shouldn't be able to do this on yours because your fret nut starts here. Mine's a little lower, so I can access that C-shaped B. Now, I've had videos where, I've had lessons where I've down-tuned my guitar, all the way down to a B. Instead of going down C tune, I down-tuned it to a B, and the strings got too wobbly. So there was definitely a point where, no, I didn't want it to be down-tuned that far. But I did that. I have a whole chart on that, having a down B-tuned guitar. Okay, so in this case, I can play the C-shaped B right there. We go to its fourth, which is an E-shaped E, like that, right? Now, back to the original C-shaped B. Now, if we wanted to go to the fifth of it, we would go to the left, right? To the left would be G flat. It would be a G-shaped B flat. That worked from there. The problem is if you started on the E and wanted to go to the B, you wouldn't be going to the C shape. From the G shape, the fifth of the G shape, remember in the word cage, we're going to skip a letter, is D shape. So I had to throw that out. Let's just not get caught in that little Lagrange point there. You know what a Lagrange point is? That's where the James Webb Space Telescope sits in a zero gravity plane. You can't get out of that. Just get away from it. So the chart works for this much of the chart works. Okay. So I was looking at that, and this is how I would start it. I would start on a E-shaped. Let's say we're going to start on an E shape. Just say we're going to start on the F at E shape here. Okay, so we're going to be working with the outer part of the chart. So we're E-shaped F. If we want to go to the fourth, we go to an A shape up here. We want to go to its fifth, we go to a C shape, C. Back to the F. But what's more important is shape movement, and that's where we're going to look at shape fit here. If we have an F here and we want to go to its fourth, which is B flat, what we have to do is move, all we have to do is move that pattern up. So if we have a 5, 6, 7 root 2 right there in the key of F, right? Actually, it's 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have an E shaped F on the bottom string is an E shape. We're going to move that string up. We're going to move the whole pattern up. So it's like starting an E pattern from the second string. And according to the magic circle, that is going to bring us to a A shape. So E shape goes to A shape on the magic circle, right? So in fourths, remember, we're going up a pentatonic scale. E skips G and goes to the A shape. So we just start the new shape, right? We're going to start an E shape here. Now we can do a pentatonic. I'll have to start on the root. Remember, that root's going to be B flat now. Okay, right there. See that little mistake I made? That's because it became an A shape. Okay, now we'll go back to our original E and F in the key of E. This is what the chart was made for, although the circle of fourths has a lot of uses. There's just a lot. I just say that from the heart. But what I'm using it for is pattern movement. So we're going to move if we move these intervals up, which is a perfect fourth to a major third, and start here, perfect fourth, no, that's a minor third. There's a major third. It gets us to our A shape. So you can do it in chords, you can do it in arpeggios, you can do it in, just arpeggiated chords or arpeggiated scales. So arpeggiated chord is just, arpeggiated scale is. And so we get to that A shape there. Now, so for our purposes, now to get to the fifth, we want to move the pattern down. Have you ever found yourself doing something like this? If you could keep from hitting that fourth string, I think the wife's home. Okay, so we're looking at the fifth now. So from the F here, we're going to go counterclockwise and move the pattern up. When we move the pattern up, we have to replace the bottom string with something, right? So first let's move the pattern. Okay, moving the pattern up is actually going to the left here, and with the B flat. And we did the way I did it, I'm sorry that we did this, but the way I did it was I moved the pattern up and started it from the second string, like using the magic circle, start a new shape. So we ended up with that B flat. It ended up as an A shape. So starting an E shape from the second string. Once you know it's an A shape, you can play that bottom string. You know the bottom string is an A shape, and the A shape is the fourth of the E shape. So to play the fourth of a pattern, first of all, play the pentatonic. Don't go into that key, but we're going to be going into that key when we go around the circle of fourths and the circle of fifths. We will be going into that key, but using it to make music, if we want to focus on let's say the key of F, we go to the fourth of F as B flat, we go to the fifth of F as C, we're going to be using the diatonics. And you know the reason for that, right? If you're in the key of F,